I'm going to be making cabbage casserole today. I'm going to be doing it, of course, in my Instant Pot. I decided late in the day to do this, so my ground meat is still frozen. So you can see, knock, 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 frozen. I'm going to take you through the steps of how to cook this from frozen in the Instant Pot. So I thought I had 2 packs of ground beef out of the freezer. It was really a pack of ground pork and a pack of ground beef. I have 1 cup of water in here. I'm going to set the Instant Pot for 20 minutes and we're going to let this come to pressure. The cover is on. The vent is on sealing. I'm going to adjust it for 20 minutes. It probably could do faster, but let's try this for now.
The timer just went off, so we are going to do a quick release and we'll come back when that's done.
The ground beef and ground pork are now cooked. You could drain this, but I have a second Instant Pot, so what I'm going to do is use the second insert, transfer it into that. I'm going to break it up, put it on sauté so it browns a bit. I'm also going to sauté my onion and garlic in this then. I have put in the clean insert into my Instant Pot. I'm going to put in some extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to sauté and brown my meat in here. I'm going to add in my onions and then in my garlic to give that a light sauté before we put in the tomatoes, spices, and water.
Okay, this has been sautéing for a bit. I have 1 diced onion I'm going to add in here and let this fry out for a little bit, and then I'm going to add my garlic and let that fry, but not for too long. While the onions are cooking, I'm going to go over my ingredients with you. I have Epicure French onion. Normally I would use chicken broth or beef broth, but I don't have any, so the Epicure French onion will give me that, and I have 2 tablespoons here. I have minced garlic ready to go in. I'm using Epicure Marinara for the Italian seasoning. I have 1 can of tomato sauce, 680 mils. I have 1 can of diced tomatoes, 540 mils. I have 1/2 a head of cabbage that I chopped up, and 1.5 cups of basmati rice that has been rinsed and is ready to go. We'll also be using 2 cups of water in this recipe. Now I'm going to add 2 cups of water. This is cold water going into a hot pan. That will help me deglaze the nice brown bits of meat on the bottom. Now that I have the water in, I'm going to add the diced tomato, the tomato sauce, and the rice. I'm going to give this a little quick stir. I'm going to add in the toasted onion. I'm going to add in the marinara spice and a couple of dashes of salt. Another quick stir, and you notice I left it on sauté because the hotter this gets now while we're preparing the rest and getting ready to close the cover, the faster it will come to pressure. I'd like to give you a little peek how it's looking right now. Now I'm going to add in the cabbage. I'm not going to mix this through right yet, but I am going to press it down into the sauce. I'm going to add the cover, and I'll be right back to do that. The cover is on. I'm going to hit manual. I'm going to bring it down to 12 minutes. And we'll come back when it's done and the cabbage casserole should be cooked.
So I've let the pressure release naturally for 15 minutes. I'll know if the cover is ready to come off simply if it turns. And it does.
So it wasn't quite cooked. I was experimenting with the basmati rice. I'm going to do it for another 6 minutes and we'll come back. I think with the acidity from the tomatoes and maybe the rice was a little bit longer cooking, this will do the trick. It was almost done. And here's the finished result. Cooked perfectly. Can't wait to taste it.
And don't forget to click on my round picture here in the corner to subscribe.